my name is Ivy and welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new here. Thank you so much for stumbling upon my little corner of the internet. I like to talk about beauty a lot of the times, things that I'm loving, occasionally things that I'm not loving. I definitely do not have the most edited makeup collection you've ever seen. I tend to fall a little bit more into that pack rat person, but I'm working on it. I am growing and working on it, and trying to get that, minimalist editorial collection. It's somewhere off in the distance. But in the meantime, I'm really just working through enjoying and loving the makeup that I have, making sure that I'm being thoughtful about any new purchases or things that come into my collection, and sharing again things that I'm playing with and stuff that I'm just enjoying. This is a space that brings me joy, and I want to bring that joy to you. So if any of that sounds good to you, I would love to have you subscribe. Today's video is going to be a brand review. I don't do these too often, these like holistic brand reviews. It's only when I've tried enough products from a single brand that I feel like I'm ready to give you my full thoughts and opinions on them. And at this point, I have tried, I would say, enough from the brand that I feel really good about the kind of information I can give to you, my experiences with the products that I've tried, that it's a good time. It's a good time to just give you the information, get it out, move on. So the brand is Make Beauty. I've actually been a fan of Make Beauty as a brand for quite a long time. I have some very old products in my collection, which I should perhaps declutter at this point just due to age, from Make Beauty way back in the day when I believe they were under different creative leadership, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But I do know that in present day Make Beauty, it is creatively led by Carrie Barber, who is an amazing, I think, creative lead for Make, and is really just focusing on not only a lot of new releases within the color cosmetic space, just kind of figuring out what the Make Beauty voice is, which I think is kind of like affordable luxury. They definitely have a POV of wanting to deliver sort of, that everyday little bit of luxury into your routine where the products feel weighted, they look lovely on your vanity, they provide a certain beauty to the aesthetic, but they're also not falling into that luxury beauty price point, which is amazing. I think it is a brand that's able to kind of give you a little bit of that, joie de vivre with their makeup without totally wrecking your purse strings, without wrecking your wallet. That's what I meant to say. So by no means have I tried everything from the brand, not even close. They've had so many new releases in this last year that, that would be impossible for me without being like a total brand devotee. But I have tried things in most categories at this point, and I have a lot of thoughts and opinions that I thought would be really good to share. I have found that a lot of the products I've tried from them, I would categorize as more unique. And I think that that's really cool because they are definitely coming out with a lot of new releases, and it's not that easy to come out with a lot of unique things in the beauty space these days. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's highly saturated. So I'm excited to see when they have something new coming out, because I think that they're always pushing to do truly new things. And that's really cool. So I'm a big fan. With that, I'm going to get into the products that I have tried and what I think about them. So we're going to start with skincare, and they definitely have a really beautiful edited range of skincare products. I have not tried most of them, but one thing that really appealed to me when it released that definitely seemed like it would be something I would really use every day is the Make Beauty Hydrascape Reverse Emulsion. So this is described as a reverse oil in water emulsion. Now, if you ask me what that means from like a scientific level, I would say, I don't really know. You can definitely read a little bit more about it on their website and on their Instagram. I'm not necessarily going to get into the sciencey details behind it because it's just not my jam, and you can get that information elsewhere. I'm going to tell you what it looks like and feels like to me. So I'm going to start with the packaging. This is a beautifully weighted bottle. I love that it feels, like I said, weighted, feels luxury to me. I like that it sits on my, in my bathroom, and I feel like it has kind of that show-stopping power. It's got that beautiful silver shiny bottle. So all of their products have these kind of embossed caps with the Make Beauty logos on them, which I think is really nice. And it's just very chic, feels good, looks good. And I appreciate that they thought about the packaging for all of their products. I think that the packaging on the whole is beautiful. I do have some qualms with the color cosmetics, but I will get to that later. So I'm gonna show you what a pump of this looks like on my hand so you can really see how kind of creamy slash drippy it is. This is one pump. That's, oh yeah. Not gonna make that the thumbnail. Anyway, I'm gonna rub this into my hand so you can kind of see. Again, this isn't really an accurate depiction of what it would necessarily look and feel like on your face, you know, but just see how that kind of gets rubbed in, gives you that high gloss kind of creamy shine. And of course you can rub it in till it really sets on your face. It feels really lovely to apply. It does vaguely smell a little like glue, but not in a non-pleasing way. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't smell, it's not like Elmer's glue. It's not like I'm huffing glue. It just, because it's unscented, which again, I prefer, I think whatever the, you know, natural products are that are in it have that slight glue scent to them, if you know what I mean. So now I just keep rubbing it into my hand till it's really all gone. It gives you high shine, very, very creamy consistency on your face. And I definitely like this as a morning skincare product personally, because in the morning, I'll usually just use a moisturizer and an SPF, and that's it before I sit down and do my makeup. And then I might add another layer of primer or another layer of moisturizer, but I really don't do a major skincare routine at all in the morning. And so I've been tending to vary between using this as my like one and done in the morning and the Merit Great Skin Glowy Serum thing. And I will say that I tend to like the Merit more. I tend to reach for it more. I really like how it makes my skin look. I really like how it applies. I love how it sits under makeup. This has it's slightly stickier. It's not super sticky. It definitely dries down, but it's just got a little bit more grip to it than the glowy serum does from Merit. And so my personal preference tends to be that I favor that sort of texture over this. But I've been still really enjoying this and I've been reaching for it a lot. And again, I think that I believe it's $36, but it feels more like a luxury product. That they have a level of luxe to them, which just, you know, for me, it's like my skincare and my makeup is kind of like my everyday treats to myself. And so I want them to look and feel good. And I think that Make often delivers on that aesthetic through their packaging. The next product, I guess, technically I'm calling it a skincare product, although I could see it falling within the makeup category, but they have what are called their Make Serum Balms. And this is one of their original serum balms. So it's very similar packaging to the Reverse Emulsion, where it has this shiny silver bottom. It's a little bit weighted. It has the beige top with the embossed logo on it. And this has a little product window in it so that you can see what the shade actually is. This is awesome. The little product windows for the color are amazing, really, really helpful. I have the shade Nude Nova. So the original serum balms were definitely not intended to be considered color cosmetics. In fact, I think they're actually in the skincare section on their website. But it's a lip balm and it's definitely, while this is technically a tinted lip balm, it's barely tinted. It's barely got a color to it. I'm gonna put a little on my hand so that you guys can see, but first, take a look at this thick doe foot. Look at her. We love a thick doe foot in this house. So I had to show you the chubby doe foot. So yeah, I would say Nude Nova is very, very lightly pigmented, especially on my lip color. This barely shows up as a color, but it's beautiful. And I have been really enjoying using this as an evening lip balm. So after I've brushed my teeth and I've done my face, this is the last thing I put on before I go to bed because it's so lightly tinted. and because I love how it feels. Now, if you want a totally clear one, they have a totally clear option, but I think it's nice that they have ones with like the subtle tint for just when you want to throw on a little something. You're not looking for that big color payoff, but it's nice to have a slightly amped up version of your lips, and that's what I feel like Nude Nova is. It's like slightly amped up. I think that the consistency is really, really lovely. Like, I just love how this feels. It's got, it's like almost like a thicker, jellier consistency. It's not slippy at all. It has like a good amount of grip to it, and it makes my lips feel really good. And it's not the kind of lip balm that I also feel like, oh, I need to keep applying it to keep it feeling hydrated. You know, it's not doing anything. I feel like these do something, and I don't feel like I need to keep reapplying them. I put on one coat before I go to bed, and then I'm good to go. Next, we're gonna talk about base products. I have not tried their foundation version of this, but I do have 2 shades of their Skin Mimetic concealer. So I have the shades 04 Light W, which is the original one that I got, and then I have the shade 02 Fair Neutral, which I just got. These are very similar in the packaging design. They're a weighted tube, but they have a black lacquer, and they have a product window so that I can see better the shade because the names are tiny at the bottom. And I, again, appreciate a product window because it's really hard to tell otherwise what you're looking at. Very, very chic packaging. They have the Make logo on the top, and they just feel nice and look nice to apply. I picked up the lighter shade because I was feeling like the 04 Light W was just a little dark for me as a concealer shade. It was like a perfect foundation color for me, but as a concealer, I wanted something with a little more brightness. And I have found so far that 02 Fair Neutral is a great match for me, and it's what I have on my face today. I paired it with the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, but I used the concealer under my eyes and all over my face. I think that the big thing about this concealer, and again, I like the doe foot applicator that they have for this too. It has this little donut hole in it. I find that it applies product really well and really evenly, just nicely designed. I think that this product is a very natural, light, hydrating concealer. Yes, you can layer it. Yes, it's buildable and you can get lovely coverage with it, but it is absolutely a very light, natural concealer. So on a day where I wake up and I look haggard and I have big under eye circles that I want to diminish, this is not the concealer that I reach for. I have things that are a little heavier duty on those days. But let's say I slept great and I don't need a heavier coverage concealer. I love how these look and feel. I mean, I think that the name is quite appropriate, Skin Mimetic. They are definitely meant and intended to make and look your skin feel and look exactly like your skin, just with a slightly more perfected touch to them. And they're extremely hydrating and very glowy, which again, I really like those kinds of products. So if that is the kind of thing that sounds good to you, I feel like you would really enjoy this concealer. And I've had no negative reactions to them. I've had no breakouts. And I'm just, you know, on a natural skin day, and I'm a natural skin kind of girly. This is perfect. I really like the packaging design. I really like the product inside. I just want to emphasize that it is very, very light coverage. I think that that's totally the intent of the product. So I don't think that they're misrepresenting it in any way. I just want to make sure that you know. Now we're going to move into the color cosmetics. So I had shared on an Instagram story my experience with the concealer and how light it was and how I was really enjoying it. I got a lovely message from Carrie Barber, the founder of the brand, the creative director, and we just got to chatting, and I had mentioned to her that, you know, I had the blushes that they had recently come out with. They came out with this huge range of powder blushes that they were on my wish list, and that I was looking forward to trying some of the other products from the brand in the future. And she was very, very kind and said, let me send you some. So the next product are the blushes, but I just want to disclose, I did not pay for these. These 4 shades were sent to me by the brand. I have been wearing these non-stop. I've just been wearing them almost every day. The combination of the 4 shades that they sent to me work with almost every look that I do. And while I love a cream cheek product, you guys probably should know, like, cream cheek products are one of my other vices besides eyeshadow. Something about these powder blushes has just got a hold on me. I can't stop wearing them. I love them so much. So let's get into the packaging again a little bit. I love the packaging on these compacts. Look at that beautiful glossy red compact with the Make Beauty logo embossed on it. And sorry, mine's a little icky, but I'm gonna try and clean it up for you guys. And then they have the gold back with the packaging information and shade name on it. It's a magnetic closure, so you can soft close it and you get that really satisfying closure. And then they also have lovely compact mirrors inside, which is great for throwing in your bag. I think that they're just, again, packaging is one of my big pros with this brand. I think that you get a lot for your money. They've really thought about what you're getting and wanting to make it appealing. The one qualm I have with this and the new lipsticks that came out, which I'm also going to talk about, is that there is no product color indicator on these at all, which means that if I want to figure out what shade I want to grab, I have to read the shade name on the back, and that is really frustrating given that I do have 4 of them. And so I wish that there was a color indicator on these that was a little quicker to get to. Even if it was just a little color dot on the back or something along those lines, it's just a little frustrating that there's no easy indicator there. But other than that, I have no qualms with the packaging. So I should say these are called the Skin Mimetic Microsuede blushes. They are straight powder blushes, but I find that they blend into my skin seamlessly. They are beautiful. They are pigmented. They are easy to build. They don't end up looking powdery or cakey at all. They really do blend into the skin. And I think that the shade range they have is beautiful. I have 4 shades. So the first is Cosmic, which is this kind of like light peachy kind of color, you know, a bit on the neutral side. Peachy pink is what I would say. Then this shade is called Amber Glow, which is much more of a warm corally orange color, really beautiful. And I am a big orange blush fan, so something like this I reach for quite often. And then this is Celestial Rose, which is more of a brown tinted rosy mauve color. I would say it has just the slightest bit of pink in it, but it's much more brown toned, really great neutral color blush. I reach for that a lot as well. And then probably my favorite shade is called New Moon, which is a little bit more of a berry toned pink. It is just really beautiful, and I find that whenever I wear this, it really stands out in the look as just being such a beautiful blush color, especially on me. Carrie picked 4 perfect shades for me. I love them so much, and I do, in earnest, reach for them all the time. I'm really interested in their dewy cheek tints, which they came out with last year. They just look beautiful, and I love a dewy cheek product. You know, I'm not one of these people that's worried about getting my hair stuck to my face. I'm like, whatever, I'll put my hair up. I just want to have that sheeny, glowy cheek look. Those are on my wish list, the dewy cheek tints. But the blushes are fantastic. I'm a big fan of them. The next product that I've tried is their Continuum gel waterproof eyeliner pencils. I have the shade Nebula, which is their dark brown. And this packaging, while it is aesthetically nice, is not weighted at all. It's like plasticky. I mean, it feels like weighs nothing. So unlike the other products that I've mentioned so far, this feels a little bit flimsier to me and a little bit lightweight. I appreciate that it's designed to look and feel like the rest of the packaging. I just want to note that there's no real luxury feeling to this particular product. It just, you know, feels like a lightweight pencil. The cap, which is really stuck, comes off, and then inside you have a turn up gel pencil here. I'll show you, mine's Probably got a little bit of a dull tip at the moment, but there's the shade Nebula, and I'll put a little on my hand here so you can see. That's the shade. It's just a very nice kind of dark brown, and you can blend it out and get a nice smoky brown. On the bottom of the packaging, it's twofold. So if you pull out the whole bottom, there's a sharpener inside that you can use for the tip. And then there's a little cap on the end, and it comes with this very small little smudger brush that you can use. And it's an actual brush. It's not one of those little, I forget what they call them, but there's like those little sponges that sometimes on drugstore beauty, you'll see like little sponges that come with eyeliners like this. This is an actual brush, not a sponge. And I thought that that was a really nice addition to something like this, that they thought about, let's give them a product that they'll actually want to use, because most people will never use those little sponges. They're horrible, but this works great. The brush works great. This is not my favorite product from them. I don't know that I would necessarily invest in more colors. I would sooner likely get some of the pencils from Victoria Beckham Beauty, which from what I understand and what I've seen, work really, really well and are just very high quality as far as the liner themselves. I thought that this was going to be extremely easy to draw with and just like work, you know, without any dragging or tugging on my eyes. But unfortunately, I have found that these do drag more than I was expecting. And so while I've definitely enjoyed using it as a pencil, overall, I find that I've been reaching way more frequently for my 1999 Beauty pencils. Again, I'd be interested in trying the Victoria Beckham Beauty ones just because I feel like this, it just drags too much for me. It's not my favorite. The color is lovely. It's a nice dark brown. I do, again, really like that they added the brush to it, but I don't think that I'm enough of a fan of the product itself that I would purchase more, even though I think that they have a nice color range. So I'd put this in the kind of more of the miss category for me, but not a total baddie, just not my favorite. So we're on to Serum Balm Part 2. This is their Serum Balm Intense, and I got the shade Berry Moon. So you can see it has a black cap instead of the skincare version, which has a white cap. And this is beautiful. Same exact formula as the regular original version, but we're talking super pigmented. When they say intense, they are not kidding. That is, look how pigmented that is. It's that middle shade. So again, Berry Moon, beautiful color. It's the only one I have from them. They have quite a few shades. I love this. It's so pretty. It's just a beautiful formula. I love how pigmented they are. This is definitely the kind of lip product that is it's just suckered me in. Like, I will totally want to buy more of these. I will totally want to keep using these. I feel great about how they make my lips look. I love the color range that they have. I just think that they did a great job. I can see why they're so popular. And yeah, this is a winner for me. And again, I love the little product window in it, so it's easy for me to tell what shade I've got. The last thing is their newest launch. They just came out with, forget how many shades it is. Is it 20 or 25? I don't know. I'll put it in the description box, but they just came out with a lot of shades of their new lipstick launch. So these are I think they're like the Cream Supreme lipsticks or something. They are refillable Stilo style lipsticks, and they are, I would say, a creamy satin formula. I have it on my lips today, and I'm wearing the shade Red Emission, which is one of the two shades that I got. So I got Red Emission, and then the other shade I got is Atmospheric. So again, these follow the same kind of general packaging. They've got the shiny kind of gold bottom, and then they have a plastic top. This one is navy blue instead of black, which I did think was a little weird. I was like, why didn't they do black? But whatever. I have the same qualm with this that I have with the blushes, which is there's no product color indicator on this at all. So that is extremely frustrating. I just wish there was some sort of color dot somewhere. You know, I understand why they couldn't do a product window because it's not, you know, not that kind of product, but something to tell me what color I've got, because for these girlies that got the PR packages with like all of the shades, I'm like, how will they ever know what color they're looking for? Again, I'm wearing Red Emission today. It is beautiful. It's a very traditional blue toned red. You can see it on my hand here as well. So this is the shade Red Emission. Very traditional blue toned red, really beautiful. I love this color for like a just stunning bold red lip color. And then the next shade I got is a brown toned nude, which is pretty brown toned on me. It's called Atmospheric. Put it right next to Red Emission there. Let me see if I can get you to focus. Yeah. So this is Atmospheric. Again, it's a really beautiful brown toned kind of beige color. On me, it's pretty brown toned and it's very lovely. Like it was exactly the color that I was hoping it would be. I think they did a great job with all of their product photography for this launch, where the shades were really accurate to what I got in person. And I think that they came out with an amazing color range for the launch. The fact that they have that beautiful fuchsia purple in there, they have a black, they have a blue on top of all of your other kinds of shades. Like they have this gorgeous, stony bronzy like red that I want to get. That's called Red Rock. Looks stunning. There's a bunch of shades that just really appeal to me. Stilo format of this is lovely. I love the little thin tip because it just makes it super easy to apply and not get everywhere. You don't need to use a lip liner with these, although I tend to, with the red one, definitely use a lip liner just because I don't want to like have that super faded line. I want it to be more sharp, bold red. But you don't have to use a lip liner with these. They are kind of a shiny, creamy formula, but they definitely have grip and stick to them. Like these don't feel like they're going to slide right off your face. I love how they applied the first time that I put it on. I was like, ooh, I feel like this is going to stick around on my lips. And it definitely is not a long wear lipstick, but I was super pleased with how long that they wore on me. I wore one out to dinner and it just wore really nicely. You know, it did get a little on my nose when I was eating just because I wasn't really paying too much attention, but it lasted pretty well. And again, these aren't really being marketed as like a long wear lip product, so just know what you're getting. But the shades are beautiful. The formula is lovely. They're really hydrating and just very pigmented. Boom, wow, lipstick is you're wearing a lipstick. And I think as far as doing a lipstick launch, they did it right. They did it right. They came out with a wide shade range. They came out with a great formula. They really thought about the size of the packaging and the application. Only qualm I have is that there's no color indicator on these, and I really, really, really wish that there was, but that's it. That's my only qualm. And with that is everything that I have tried so far from Make Beauty in recent times. As you can probably tell, most things that I've tried are really high up there as far as how much I like them. The fact that their price point is kind of in that mid-range, I do think makes them very accessible. And I'm going to start recommending this brand to a lot of my friends that are trying to find a little bit of luxury beauty without necessarily having to pay that luxury price tag, because I think that these products are high-end and that they deliver. And I'm just super excited to see what Make is going to do next. I think that they're really trying, and not everything is going to be a winner, but I can tell that they're trying, and I'm super behind their creative POV. Please let me know in the comments if you've tried anything from the brand, or if you're interested in trying anything from them, what sort of is calling out to you. I would love to just know your experiences with them. Again, I don't do too many videos like this, like full brand reviews, but every once in a while I just get invested into a brand, and then the time comes for me to wrap it up and tell you my thoughts. So if you have any questions about anything, definitely ask me. I am around here in the comments or on Instagram. You can DM me. I love to talk about beauty 24/7. So I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was really helpful to you. And if it was, please give this video a like before you leave it, and definitely subscribe so that you are around for future videos. I would love to have you be a part of this channel. And thank you for watching, for hanging out. I can't wait to see you in the next one. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.